The Oklahoma City Thunder control the tap. Westbrook. Now Adams down low. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
For the Raptors right now, it's twofold. Not just winning with Kawhi, but trying to keep Kawhi.
I think Toronto has to look at this as a one-year lease. You have to get as much out of Kawhi as you can. The goal is to win a championship, and the goal is to win one now.
Danny Green to Leonard. Beyond the arc for three. Danny Green can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Lowry picked up by Ferguson. To Danny Green. Here comes the screen. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Here's a chance from long range. 24-second violation. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
That's actually not a bad move at all. You're applying more pressure on him by sending him to the line.
Russell Westbrook, couple of free throws on the way. A career 81% free throw shooter. Knocks down the first.
Oh, good shot, boy.
And he makes them both. The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. They'll get it down to Leonard. Not that time. To Westbrook. Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. The Thunder down to 4 on the shot clock. George, his first effort off the mark.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Nothing going here on that drive. Lowry. Off the assist.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
To George. Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. Down to 5 on the 24. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
Paul George at the line for 2 shots. A career 84% free throw shooter. And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. Lowry has the basketball. To Leonard. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
First free throw is good. And gets both to drop at the line. Westbrook across the timeline. Leads a bucket. Nothing going here on that drive. A couple of cracks at the line now.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Russell Westbrook. He's got 2 shots coming. He's perfect from the line so far. First one goes down. Two for 2 on that trip. Ball's controlled by Lowry.
I got him. I got this clown. Let's go. Big pick right there.
To Leonard. Kawhi Leonard missed his first. That one goes.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Westbrook to Adams. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Lowry against Adams. Pascal Siakam to Lowry. 5 to shoot for Toronto. Lowry. And the rebound pulled in by Grant. Oklahoma City ball. Ferguson to Paul George. Down to Adams. That's no good. Lowry with it. 10-6 our score. Lets it fly from long range, and the rebound taken in by Ferguson. It's Westbrook. Rebound taken by Toronto. To Leonard. Scores from the post.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Westbrook into the front court. The score 10-8. George to Westbrook. Trying to cash in. Shot by Westbrook off the mark. Lowry into the front court. Down 2. To Ibaka. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down. The Thunder will use a timeout as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Westbrook. Pascal Siakam. Huge block. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
First try, no good. Oh, he missed them both. Lowry into the front court. 10-all is our score. Pascal Siakam to Lowry. Here comes the screen. Kawhi Leonard picked up by Noel. To the zone. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. It's Westbrook. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Kyle Lowry with the rock. To Leonard. Sizing up the defense. Kawhi Leonard. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
To George. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. It's 14-12. To Gasol. Gets a shot up off the mark. Westbrook into the front court. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. To Paul George. Five to shoot. Russell Westbrook steps into it. Deep two there. Won't go. McCaw into the front court. They trail by 2. To Leonard. Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. Leonard. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Oh, Russell Westbrook. He's 3 for 7. Deep 3 at the buzzer. That's it for the first quarter. The Thunder with the lead. One quarter down. Neither side really distinguished itself. Jay, what stood out?
Well, both teams had their rhythm. They established the tempo that they wanted to play at. But ultimately, something has to give. Some team has to draw a line in the sand.
Goes to the left side. Lynn buries it on the catch and shoot.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
Oh, Dennis Schroeder. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Lynn to McCaw. Here comes the screen. Patrick McCaw guarded by Nerlens Noel. To Gasol. Can't miss those. Able to convert inside.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Lynn with it. Down 3. To Gasol. Fires the 3. No good. Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. He'll run the offense. Can't connect. Defense did its job that time.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
First one, count it.
Good shot, good shot.
No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Lynn with it, trailing by 4.
Here we go. My ball, my ball.
Going to launch beyond the arc. And Jeremy Lin, they left him wide open, and he takes advantage for 3.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
To Schroeder. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
And hits the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair.
Oh, I see them working out, huh?
Toronto has the basketball.
I got him.
Lynn, here again Schroeder. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Hey, switch, I got him.
Paul George. That pass taken away by Toronto. Kawhi Leonard. The shot almost.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
From the outside, no good.
See, the defender did a really good job. He stayed down. He didn't go and bite for all the head fakes. He waited until the last second to contest that shot. Way to know the scouting report.
Kawhi Leonard, defended by Markieff Morris. Wide open look, won't go. Here's Schroeder with it. Leads just a point to George. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul George fires. Cleared by Ibaka.
I got ball. I got ball.
Danny Green here against Morris. To Lynn. Leonard. Goaltending's called. Count the bucket. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. To Paul George. Westbrook.
Hey, good contest.
And count the basket inside. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Serge Ibaka, 3 for 3 in this first half.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
George to Adams. Count the basket inside.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. To Danny Green. Probing the defense. Danny Green to Lowry. Knocks it down off the step back.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Westbrook with it. Down a point to George. To Adams. George, tough shot. He hits.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that three despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
Lowry against Schroeder. To Danny Green. Fires the three. Danny Green can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
Oh, out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Lowry with the step back.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Now a whistle. And we're going to get a timeout from OKC as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Paul George to Schroeder. Paul George, 4-2. Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Leonard to Lowry. Takes stock of the floor to Danny Green. From the painted area, won't go down. Lowry with it. Under a minute to go before halftime. Driving right to the basket. Short jumper off the mark. To Paul George. Schroeder. To Adams. Big man, Steven Adams. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Lowry. That'll get out off the Raptors. The Thunder have the possession. Just inside the arc, at the buzzer, we've reached halftime in a 2-point game. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose and our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The Thunder have themselves a narrow lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Raptors have kept it close after one half. And that deficit is a negative, of course, but I do see it positive. I really like how they move the ball, keeping each other involved offensively. They've got a nice flow to their game today. These are the guys getting buckets for the Toronto Raptors.
Game track. Bench points.
This is a game where the bench guys deserve a bit of the spotlight. The thing is, you need a spotlight big enough for the reserves on both squads. This is a game that's been all about the depth in the depth chart.
player of the half.
Russell Westbrook was lighting up the scoreboard in the first half. And I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure out what it'll take to slow him down. He looks like he's in a zone.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. Here we go with the top 3 plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Pascal Siakam. Leonard. And Adams able to clear the board. George to Adams. Westbrook to George. Gets a look. Can't hit.
Cultures have communication. Great cultures have teammates that are willing to push you to limits that maybe you didn't even see that you had. But right now, there's no leader on this team. Everybody's just going their separate ways.
To Danny Green. For 3. Well defended. Russ at the controls. To Paul George. To Westbrook. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Add 2 points to the board. The inner beast of Westbrook. Sheer determination.
I don't think anybody got the license plate on that hit and run. And there is no one, I repeat, no one in the game of basketball with the first step in the explosion of Russell Westbrook.
Paul George gets it in the left corner. Nothing going here on that drive. Westbrook's shot won't go on the drive.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunder. Kawhi Leonard, tough matchup against George. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Kyle Lowry trying to cash in on a 3-point play. For his career, 80% at the line. Free throw try, off the mark. Westbrook with the basketball. 2-point advantage. Cleared by Ibaka. Lowry into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Leonard. Lowry here against Ferguson. To Danny Green. Here comes the screen. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Lowry. Kyle Lowry is going to get a chance at 3 here. He's struggled so far. Can't connect on the first free throw. Knocks down the second free throw. George up against Meeks. Down low Adams. Not that time. Lowry into the front court. Our score all even in this third quarter. 4-3. And the rebound taken in by OKC. OKC ball. Schroeder to Westbrook. Here comes the screen. George to Schroeder. Strong finish for Paul George. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. Runners good there.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
George. Now that's a contest.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
And the finish at the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Hey, lock up.
Here comes the screen. Too much contact, and free throws coming.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
Knocks down the first.
Stepping in for the Toronto
Able to convert on both free throws. Toronto with the basketball. Layup goes down. Well done.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here, because that was not an easy look.
Doesn't have the touch. No good.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
KG lets it fly. Rebound comes to Lowry. Here comes the screen. Lowry defended by Steven Adams. To Gasol. 5 to shoot for Toronto. It's no good. Great defense.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Paul George to Schroeder. And he's going to the line to shoot.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. It's the Raptors with the basketball. Lowry to Jeremy Lin. Probing the defense. To Lowry. From long range. He missed his first 4 from downtown. He finally gets a 3 to go.
I'm going to tell you what every shooter thinks after he misses 4 in a row. One has to go in eventually.
George to Schroeder. Watch him do the rest. Slam dunk. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
To Ibaka. Lowry buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Substitution being made in this one. Schroeder to George. Has a chance. He scores on the step back. Jay, how did he get free?
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Lowry guarded by Schroeder. Nothing going here on that drive. To Lowry. Marc Gasol. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
Underutilized, underutilized, underutilized. Am I getting my point across? Let's see more of that.
Paul George. Shot from the lane won't go. Lowry knocks it down from mid-range. Footer at the buzzer. The rebound comes down to Toronto. Third quarter comes to an end. The Raptors in front. The Thunder have it to start the fourth quarter. The third quarter was a disaster. Remember, they led at halftime, and now they find themselves down big.
And when things get bad, they get bad in a hurry. But you have to remember, this is a game of runs. They had theirs, now it's time for yours.
Toronto has the basketball. Lowry, they work it down to Gasol. Marc Gasol, he's 3 for 7. George to Schroeder. Deep right corner. Paul George. Short jumper stays out.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
Able to convert inside.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Schroeder with the basketball. The deficit now up to 12. George up against Meeks. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Lowry has the basketball.
Here we go. Here we go.
To Gasol. Defense making the ball handler work. Gasol with a look that won't go. Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. His guys trail by 10.
Watch that cutter.
To Paul George. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. The Raptors able to clear the board. Has a look. His man was close, but he finds a way to score.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Here's Schroeder with it. Down 12. Marc Gasol pins it.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Lynn against Schroeder. To Gasol. Pascal Siakam. Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in the playoff game, it will.
Ferguson up against Patrick McCaw. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Terrence Ferguson, couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 90% at the line. First free throw is good. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Lynn to Leonard. Surveys the floor. Leonard to Lynn. Down low Gasol. Can't connect. Westbrook across the timeline. His guys down by 9. Here comes the screen. Westbrook to the basket, but his shot won't fall. Danny Green to Jeremy Lin. Here's Leonard for 2. Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
I hear so many players talk about, oh, my skill set is this or my skill set is that. How about your skill set is your effort on the defensive end? That's something we don't talk about as much as we need to.
Curling inside. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Here comes the screen. Kawhi Leonard, guarded by Jeremy Grant. To Gasol. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Marc Gasol at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 77% at the line. First one goes down. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. And he draws contact. 2 shots coming up for the Spaniard, the All-Star, Marc Gasol.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
First one, count it. And he makes them both. Oklahoma City's got it. Westbrook, now Adams, down low. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. McCaw into the front court. The lead is 12. Beyond the arc for 3. Schroeder with the basketball. He'll run the offense. To Westbrook. Got it.
Why not? Russell Westbrook is the only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim. It's that easy.
Patrick McCaw, guarded by Schroeder. To Gasol, down low. Short jumper won't fall. Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. Trailing by 10. To Westbrook. Trying to cash in. Chance for Westbrook. No good. The follow won't go either. To Leonard. Here's a chance from long range. And Kawhi Leonard. Good on the quick release there.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Westbrook. To Schroeder. And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Russell Westbrook. He's got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. First try at the line. No good. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. Toronto with the basketball. Here comes the screen. Kawhi Leonard guarded by Jeremy Grant. Over to the right side. Lynn to Leonard. Ibaka to Danny Green. Now pass taken away by the Thunder.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Kawhi Leonard. Westbrook into the front court. Down a dozen. And a chance coming up at the line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Misses the first. Missed the second as well. To Ibaka. From the outside, no good.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Westbrook to Schroeder. OKC now with 4 to shoot. Has a chance. That's usually one that he'll knock down.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Leonard. And knocks it down. Jay, the defender, tough to gamble that time beyond the arc.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
It's good. And the foul. And he's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
But did you see on that three-point shot, did you see him slightly kick his legs out? By kicking his legs out, the defender runs into the legs, there's contact. That's how you get a 4-point play potentially.
Markieff Morris with a chance at a 4-point play for his career 77% at the line. Off the mark at the line. It's the Raptors with the victory as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
David Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Raptors put one in the win column with a solid performance. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group.